Hello everyone, my name is Yafhi Almadaedi. I'm from MBKM PBI 5. Now, I would like to read a story, and the title of story is Timber Twig Gets New Hat. Okay, let's begin. Granny Knot was doing her spring cleaning, turning the cupboards, washing the curtains, and hanging the carpets in the branches of the treehouse. She was down on her knees, scrubbing and dusting and polishing. It was all too noisy for Abigail, the magic spider. She left her little house in Timbertwig's head and scuttled up to the roof to read her books of spells. The hat was left lying on Timbertwig's bed. "This horrible old hat," said Granny Knot. "Granny," Timbertwig was standing in the doorway, wrapped in a towel. "Granny, what have you done?" I've burned that mucky old hat of yours. "And about time too." Timbertwig rushes off the fireplace, but Abigail, what about Abigail? She lives in my head. "Oh, Granny, how could you?" "Oh dear," said Granny Knot, and she turned a bit pale. I didn't sing." Timbertwig, "Oh, I'm so very sorry." Timbertwig rushes out of doors and climbed up on the roof of the house. He always went there when he was sad, and he had never been sadder than today. He was sitting wedged in between a high branch and chimney when a spider crawled down and sat beside him. "Cheer up, you can soon get another head." "But I can get another friend like Abigail." Abigail, you're not burnt to a cinder after all." Abigail explained about hiding off the roof. Then she began to leaf through her books of spell. I'm looking of how you can get a new hat. It says here that you have to visit the mushroom man in his cave on Hawthorn Hill. So they both climbed down from the roof and went in search of the mushroom man. They left Wiggly Food far behind and reached Hawthorn Hill just the sun was setting. And there, in the opening of his cave, watching the sunset, was a mushroom man. He had the most wonderful hat Timbertwig and ever seen, cream colored and made of something like softest suede with big orange polka dots all over it. "I like your head, said Timbertwig. "It keeps the rain off," said the mushroom man. "But there's a snag. I can't take mine off like you can." "I'm not wearing a hat now because my granny burned it when he was spring cleaning," said Timbertwig. "And Abigail's magic books say that you might help me get another one." The last of the daylight faded and Hawthorn Hill was sunken in darkness. "I wish I was safe at home in your old hat," Abigail sobbed, and it was not like Abigail to cry. "Cheer up," said the mushroom man's voice in the dark. "The moon will soon be rising, and then we'll see the moon glide up into the sky along with a sprinkling of stars, and the wall of Hawthorn Hill turned a silver white, glittering with dew." "Oh," whispered Timbertwig, "the ground is trembling." One by one, the round white face of mushroom and toadstools popped through the ground and began to grow it in the moonlight. And each one was wearing a different hat. There were hats like chimney and some like windmills. There were hats like three arms with taps on the front. Hats like lighthouses with lamps on top. There were umbrella hats and bird bed hats, wishing well hats and crutch bell hats. "You choose Abigail," said Timbertwig. "You're going to have to live inside it." So Abigail has to see around the inside of a head like a birthday cake, and another like a castle, and a third like a coffee pot. But she said no to them all. "What are you looking for, Abigail?" asked the mushroom man. "Well, actually, I like that one best of all." She nodded in the direction of scruffy old toadstool of the on the far side of the field. It was wearing a hat exactly like Timbertwig's old, and except that it had a jingle bell on the top. "Could you bear to have the same kind of that, Timberwig?" "I've been looking at the one all along," cried Timberwig. "But I do you would want a change." So they chose that hat. The mushroom shook the dew of it, put it on Timbertwig's head, and Abigail climbed inside. They said good night and thank you to the mushroom man, but he had nodded off to sleep. They were home in Wiggly Wood Bay Down. The light was on the tree house. Granny Knot had been to bed all night. "Oh, I couldn't sleep," she told Timbertwig. "I kept thinking about the poor spider and the terrible thing I did." And she blew her nose noisily. Then she noticed Timbertwig's hat. "Oh, where did you get that?" Scruffer. Then last one. What's that inside it?" Abigail put her head out of the window in Timbertwig's hat and waved a leg at Granny Knot. "Oh, is that dreadful spider? It's a ghost. It's come back to haunt me." The look on Granny Knot's face so funny that Timberwig and Abigail started to laugh. It was ages before they could stop laughing for long enough to explain. "You naughty boy, you horrible spider. I will. Now, Granny," said Timberwig. No more burning of heads. The Granny Knot remembered how she had been after the first head had been burned, and began to smile, and her smile got broader and broader until he was laughing out loud. And Abigail and Timbertwig laughed as well, and the jingle bell on the top of this new hat tinkled wildly. Everyone in Wiggly Wood heard it and laughed. That's all for me. That's all of the story about Timbertwig gets a new hat. Thank you.